Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Pete with Handicap Outdoors. This video we're talking about what you're fishing for. It's good to know what you plan on fishing for before you go out and buy your gear. If you want to go catch a really big muskie, you don't want to go tossing out a small panfish rod because the muskie will just snap it off. Not all rods and reels are created equal, unfortunately. If you want to fish for panfish, sure, you could take a big musky rod, but it's going to be heavy, tough to lug around, and you're not quite sure if that's something nibbling on the hook or what's going on, because you might not be able to feel that panfish. So you have to know roughly what you're looking for when you go fishing. There are some typical rules of thumb when it comes down to fish. If you're going after predator fish or prey fish, also known as bait fish. In Europe, that would be various shiners, the teach, the roach. In the US, it would be shiners and goby and spinefish, such as panfish, bluegill, sunfish, that kind of thing. Or if you're going for predator fish, such as bass, muskie, pike, walleye, the aggressive hunters of the water. That will give you a rough idea of what size of fish you're going after, how large the rod and reel setup you might need as far as weight and tension goes, what kind of line you're going to need, the kind of hooks you're going to need. It'll also give you a rough idea of what kind of bait to use. And if you know exactly what you're going after, it can give you specific rules on what that particular fish likes to eat and what baits they like to go after. Those are just some general rules as far as going after what target fish. My thoughts for just getting started fishing, I would start targeting panfish because it will help you get a sense of, just the joy of fishing. You can easily find small panfish beds. They normally eat small night crawlers, small worms, the occasional minnow. And once you find one of them, you can normally find a dozen. And on a good day, you can pull in 20, 30 of them and just have a blast. If you like that, or if you want to get into lure fishing and you want to start going after larger predators like bass or pike, then you step up from there. You can also go after a walleye. You can start going after catfish from there. And most people don't know catfish are actually a predator species. They're not so much a scavenger, they're actually a predator. but they're more of a warm water predator because they get very lethargic in the cold water. But as far as target fish, bass are a little finicky, and pike are sometimes hard to find. Catfish you do have to sit and wait for, but when you do get those bigger fish on, they can really pull you. I recommend testing your limits with the panfish first. In Europe or areas that you have carp, common carp, small common carp can be very fun to catch. There's not many common carp where I'm from, so it's a little bit of a downer. I'll get into carp in another video, but carp fishing can be fun, and they can get pretty big and have a lot of fight to them. And that's my little discussion on what you're fishing for, and my recommendations on what you should start fishing for if you've never fished before. Until the next video, I'm Pete with Handicap Outdoors. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want to know more and when the next video is coming out. Remember, you do not have to be perfectly physically fit to enjoy the outdoors. The handicap can enjoy the outdoors the same as anyone else.